Hey, and welcome back to another episode of NerdCraft. And today, I think we're going to actually build some buildings. I don't know if they're going to be shops, but they're going to be buildings. They're going to be shops. So, the area I had in mind to start off our build project is right here. It is unfortunately occupied by all the cats that have been in the area that I have tamed for I don't know what reason, some reason. I was going to use them for like a creeper farm maybe, but I think this is even overkill for that, so I don't really know what I will use this for, but they have to go. Speaking of things I had to kind of change up here, so I actually had to shut the iron farm off because we have way too much iron, which is kind of crazy. I'd shut the slime farm off, but unfortunately I don't have a way to do that yet. What else has happened in the area here? Not a whole lot, actually. We had some more building done by Frizz Critter over there. So he's done a lot of work over here on his Steampunk factory build that he's doing. So I really like that. I love the windmills. So that's pretty awesome. So definitely check out his video if you can. But yes, so let's go ahead and get down to our building. Another thing I need to do very soon is some tree farms. I was actually having to gather quite a bit of acacia today for a build. We had our spruce logs and we're using some bone blocks. Where's my acacia? Yeah, that's right, acacia wood. So had to get quite a bit, and I didn't realize how few logs acacia trees have. So it was kind of pain. So we're definitely going to be doing an automated tree farm here very soon. In fact, I already have the parts set aside for that, or the blocks. And then on top of that, we're also going to need one for the dark oak wood and one for the nether stems, basically nether logs. 3 different farms, or 3 separate, well, it's not really 3 separate wood types, but it's encompassing all of the wood types at that point. So yeah. So let's go ahead and take care of the first issue, which is moving the cats. All right, follow me, kitties. This looks so ridiculous. Crazy teleporting cats. Alright, this will be good, I guess. So another thing I did also happen to do the last time we were over here building this giant mountain is we captured a whole ton of pillagers. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with those either. Where'd they go? Well, there's one. So we had those guys right there. I swear we had more, though. Must be looking in the wrong spot. This mountain is very large, after all. Unless someone came by and killed them. No, they're there. So, we've got these guys. I don't know what I'm going to do with these either. We could pacify some of these and throw them in the shops, I'm thinking. Perhaps we'll do that. because I don't need them for like a, iron farm or anything, because we already have an iron farm, so it would make sense. Ooh, hello, friends. Okay, so now that we have our wonderful bitey friends after us, let's do something stupid. Do you mind? So what we're gonna do is I want to go ahead and add the screaming sound of our phantom friends to our big phantom friend. Where'd they go? All right. So what we're gonna do? Try to capture one inside this head. I have already taken the task of creating a name tag for one. Seriously, where'd they go? All right, well, they will be back, and in greater numbers. I have stuffed this head with cobwebs, so I'm hoping that we can get one to fall in, and then capture it in the cobwebs and seal it back up after I name tag it. Come on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Right here. Getting it, sort of. Not quite. You guys are really dumb. Come on. You're so close. You just, like, can't figure it out. Come on, you can do it. Oh, you're so close. So close. So close. Come on down. So close. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Nope, nope, nope. Stay. Dang it. Bad and screamy. This plan is flawless. Except for, the execution. See, look, it's fun. Okay, probably should kill the other ones that are not screamy. So, we're the one I name tag. I'm confused. Well, where did it go? I mean, if I name tagged him, he shouldn't have respawned. Okay. I think we're running out of time. Oh, there they are. Come on. Who's gonna ride in the boat? Come on. Dang it. Jerks. Still alive. Come on. Dang it. Jerks. Still alive. Like that. Let's not suffocate you. It's so lifelike now. Okay. Where were we before we got easily distracted? Ah, yes. So our builds. So let's go ahead and hop into a time lapse and let's get those buildings put together. Well, I think that came out pretty good. We already even have some inspectors coming by to make sure that the build is up to code. He's checking out the inside right now. Still alive, but he left his animals around. So, a couple new buildings. The issue is, like I said, I don't know what I'm going to put inside of them. But I did need more buildings to fill out the harbor area here, as well as we're going to be moving back towards the mountain eventually. But this first one, I like quite a bit. It's kind of got a little bit of a warmer tone on the bottom here. I tried to match some of the build palettes that we're already using in our other builds. So this is a little bit resembling the villager trading hall over there. So we've got some of that block palette in there. Also grab some of the deep slate, which we're using a little bit in our main starter base area. And then this is a little bit more kind of a traditional, I guess, sort of Tudor style, but not really. I mean, it's just a big old stack of stuff. But then I also, tried to mimic our window design a little bit that we have in our starter base. And some just different copper accents. So if we go around to the back here, actually fly around here. So you can see I did some more copper accents on the back. I have these little planter boxes. We have a similar crane as to the back side of this starter build, which I think looks really cool. Kind of pulls it all together. And then, so let's check out the inside real fast. So this main building, we've got kind of this entryway that we come in, and we have the second floor open. I have all these different ducts in here, I guess kind of like a heating system, if you will. I like kind of using the smokers on the side here. Really adds a little bit of texture to that. Once again, don't know what I'm going to put in here yet. Most likely a shop of some sort. Not sure if this would be perfect for our bookstore, but we could. I might have to toy with that in a little bit. So we have this building right here, and this is really only one floor. Then we have a couple separate, more kind of storage areas. So we have this section right here, which could also possibly be a shop. And then on the other side, we have a similar, yet a little bit smaller storage area. So a little bit too dark and dank to be like a store of some sort. But what else? Details. I decided to go ahead and use a similar palette, like I said, to our starter base. We have too much stuff in here. It's not getting any line of sight. But if you notice here, I used the calcite and these spruce logs to kind of create this pattern, a little bit similar to like a Tudor type style. And then with this, though, I wanted to go ahead and add some texture. So as well as the calcite, we have some white wool in there. And you also see some white concrete powder. So added a little bit more texture to that. Same with this wall right here. Added a lot of texture. So we have, you know, the polished and regular granite as well as the bricks in here. And of course, we even have some, cracked bricks and regular brick. And then I love these planters as well. They look really cool. So kind of just breaks it all up. You have, the granite colors go really well with the green. And then, of course, you have the oxidized copper, playing off of that color as well. And then the white kind of breaks it up. And then the roof, it just flows really well, I think. Now this other building is just kind of, it kind of got away from me a little bit. And so once again, I am looking for, like, this is supposed to be very tight in between these buildings, and I actually ended up having to move it away 2 blocks to the south because of it was literally on top of each other. So I gave myself a little bit more space so that the roofs weren't like overlapping, but they do kind of overlap in the middle here. Um, Speaking of the roofs, so this roof right here kind of went a little bit experimental. I've seen a lot of these like natural roofs with like moss and stuff. So I originally had started with the green terracotta, and it just wasn't enough. I needed a little bit of variety, so I decided to go ahead and mix in the green terracotta. We have the lime green. I think this is lime green. And actually, that might be green concrete powder, and then we have the green wool, and then the moss as well. And along with that, because once again, even with all that, I added the grass, and then we have the glow lichen, which is more for the spawn protection because I didn't want to have mobs spawning on there. And this is all spawn proofed. All of these, that's usually a prerequisite for anything that I build. It has to be spawn proof. So we have that. And then, of course, I did the grass, and it was just a little too much of the same green color. So we started mixing in some of these warped roots and the nether sprouts. I'm not sure. I think these are warp sprouts. I don't remember. Whatever the green ones were, bluish green. And so it just adds a little bit of like blue pops to it that really, stand out. And tall, everything need to be very vertical because our builds here are pretty tall, and that's kind of the steampunk style, is to have everything very tall. As far as the insides go, not a lot to write home about. We've got a little bit of space on this bottom floor. We have a little bit of space on the second floor, which then connects to the first building as well. And then the bottom of this floor is even smaller, just very little space. But we can still get pretty creative with it. And then, of course, this one goes up to a third floor as well. And this third floor, this is the bottom of the roof. So we have our glowberries and the roots kind of hanging down as if, vines and stuff are growing through the roof. And then in the inside here, we have our inspector checking out the place. Apparently, he likes this garden. So we have a bunch of these garden boxes. And I put the glowberries in here as well, kind of almost like grapes growing on a vine. where you'd see like a trellis where they'd be growing in. We have these vines as well, kind of growing as well. Don't jump. Don't do it. This floor, also very small. Another small kind of blank floor here as well. And then we're starting to kind of get some weird shapes with the floor. And then finally, on the very top, we have this massive fireplace furnace thing. Really just an excuse to get some wonky looking chimneys at the top. And then, of course, with this one, we went with the plain yellow terracotta roof, just to kind of mix it up a little bit because I had all this texture over here. And a lot of these roofs that we've been doing are kind of dark. The other thing I wanted to do is kind of mimic some of the style that Briz had over here. So these chimneys are resembling his a little bit. Not so narrow, but I try to kind of get a similar shape just to kind of tie everything together. So that was my thought process, at least with these. So at the very least, I do want to get some of this shop stuff off of the docks to make way for other shop things that we can put on the docks. Yeah. So I don't know yet, like I said, what I'm going to put in each building, but we are going to do something. The other thing that I noticed as I was building stuff, Pedram, being very cheeky, left us some blast protection 4 books. This is the only book I don't have in the collection here. So he says all cash goes to me. Yeah, I don't think so. We're gonna be paying you for those. So that was awesome. Thank you, Pedram, for doing that. Now I'm sure no one's gonna buy them right away, but we will stock it up so we have our full assortment now. All right, so what is next? I think we need to start planning out the rest of our builds, kind of heading back towards the mountains. So we do want to put a few more shops or buildings right here. A lot of these aren't necessarily going to be shops. It's just going to be builds that we have kind of filling out the area. So there's going to be several builds coming through here. All around up next to the villager trading hall, past the cats, and of course leading up to our slime shop area here. And then once that's all filled in, then we're going to move towards the mountain. So lots of stuff that I want to plan out and build. One thing that became very painfully obvious to me is I need a wood farm. I think I mentioned it before. I'm always using wood, and acacia wood is a pain to chop down. I did end up going out to our savannah out there to get some, but I need something more automated. So that's what I'm going to be building is, farm for every wood type, basically. Probably not a single farm for every wood type, but a farm for every wood type. And not sure where I'm going to put that yet, but that's for another episode. So I thank you guys for tuning in and checking out all the builds that we've been doing. I really appreciate all the feedback that you've been giving, and lots of great reception to the content we've been putting out. We're very close to 400 subscribers, and I have all you guys to thank for that. So if you're not subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that. Leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see in the future. Any ideas for some of these buildings? What can we put in them? I mean, I don't know. You let me know what you think is a great idea for that. And until next time, safe travels, everyone, and I will see you guys later.